I made these guys, which have a lot of different names, but I call them Muddy Buddies, and I think it's a southern snack, I'm pretty sure. I grew up eating this, not because my mom used to make it, but because my white friends growing up, their moms used to make it, and it is the most delicious snack you will ever have. I will put the recipe, but it's literally just peanut butter, chocolate, cereal, and powdered sugar. But it's so yummy and so nostalgic for me. It's so good and so easy to make too. So as per my last video, which you may or may not have seen, I have been trying to get back into a habit of sketchbooking, as one tends to do. During the semester, I just ended up putting sketchbooking on the back burner, you know, and it makes sense because it's not like the most important or dire thing when it comes to school and work. So I've just been trying to get back into it and loosen up, and I ended up picking up one of the Lamy Safari fountain pens that Megan Wang has talked about, and all the hype is real. I mean, like, this pen is really flowy, and I love the way that it writes, and I love how the ink flows out and everything. I ended up getting a medium nib. I'm not sure what Megan or the other artist, I think Cheyenne also got one, have been using, but I got the medium one because lately I just don't like my lines to be like too thin. I feel like I might pick up like a thinner one, I don't know, just to have like as an option, but it's what I've been using, and it really does help me fill up a lot of sketchbook pages and stay loose. And I've also just been like drawing a lot of fan art lately, which is like a huge throwback to my old art. Today, I am going to be doing a little bit of product design. I mean, honestly, that's what I've been doing here and there, but I finally finished the semester, and I have so much more time on my hands. Like, oh my god, my mental energy and time and everything, so much better. So, now I'm ready to go. I am fired up. So I have a lot of things that I've never made before coming, and one of them is I'm gonna be exploring manufacturing my own plushies. If you've been with me for a few years, you know that I have done plushie campaigns through Makeship, and I love the plushes that I made with them. Essentially, the way that Makeship works is they take care of literally everything. You just give them your sketch, and they deal with the manufacturing, they handle the cost of the manufacturing and everything. So in turn, that also leads to the artist getting a fairly small cut of the profits. And also, like, you're not gaining that experience, you know? I think it's really great for people to make a plush for the first time. It was really great for me to warm up to the idea, but now I'm ready to make my own. And I think to work up to making a big plush, I'm gonna make some plush keychains. Well, it's one plush keychain. I have a concept. And I wanna make a little tomato guy with also like an unripe tomato attached to him. And I think I found a manufacturer that I want to work with. If you're curious about finding manufacturers for stuff like that, I always look on Alibaba, just because that's how you can kind of directly get to the manufacturer. Whereas a lot of the main quote-unquote manufacturers that claim to be in the US, oftentimes they're just a middleman and they charge you a lot more. I like to go to Alibaba. Some tips are look for a verified manufacturer and look for someone who has preferably at least 3 years of experience. It'll usually say it on there. And then sometimes I'll have like a bunch of stars to be like, this guy is really good. So yeah, just general tips of navigating Alibaba. I know it can be intimidating sometimes, but I think I found the manufacturer that I want to use. And they just sent me their fabric, pictures of their fabric sample book. And I think because this is like a plush keychain, I'm not gonna pay for buying the book just yet. I think when I make like an actual full-size plush, I will be a lot more involved in like the textures of the fabric and all that. But I gotta give them a more detailed design right now so they can start working on some samples for me. So I just made a new reel slash TikTok, so I thought I could show you guys my process a little bit. I'm making a follow-up reel to my little painting prep reel from a few weeks ago, I think. I'm just reusing the footage from the last one, and then I get a lot of questions about how I get like little moving images on top of my video clips, and it's the same as YouTube. I just create an animated GIF on Procreate and then I export it as an animated PNG or GIF depending on what you need, and then I put it on top of my footage. Yeah, I mean, I just think of reels as like small YouTube videos, so I really focus on talking fast and telling like a compelling story with my voiceover, and then I can kind of tweak the visuals after I get my voiceover in there. Like I added these two pictures on top and stuff. I edit these on my iPad most of the time, and the process is very quick, I feel like. And I think Final Cut Pro is also a lot less intimidating if you're new to it, if you decide to use it on your iPad. I'm restocking these guys. These are my favorite sticky notes that I've ever made. So I'm restocking them, and I think I might design some bigger ones too. Say that.
jobs and taxes. So
I don't know if you guys can hear it right now, but it is storming out there all of a sudden. But I have a package to open with you guys, don't I always? And I'm pretty sure it's my stickers for Patreon. Currently in the midst of getting ready in the morning, and I wanted to give you guys a proper outro because I feel like I don't always get the chance to do that. I didn't do a lot of like chatting in front of the camera because I did so much like drawing on my iPad and so much desk work that I feel like I didn't have a lot of exciting stuff to talk about, you know? But it is the end of the vlog, and actually, I just got my first sample for my keychain that I was telling you guys about. This manufacturer works really fast, and hopefully if I like the end result, then I'll be able to recommend it. Rough first sample. They're trying to like figure out the kind of shape that I'm wanting, and I think the main tomato turned out really good, like the shape of it. I think I'm just gonna have to do a lot of editing here for the smaller one, and I don't know if I want to change this loop. So yeah, it is the end of this vlog. Did lots of product design as you guys saw, and I have some really new exciting stuff coming for the next few vlogs. I'm excited, and I'm glad that I got to catch up with you guys, and I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys next week. So before closing out today's video, I wanted to talk about the sponsor, which is of course Squarespace. Squarespace is an all-in-one platform where you can create your very own website, and it is the platform that I have always used to run my website and my online art business. I actually just did a huge makeover on my website. I ended up using their new AI customizing template tool, and it was really easy to use. It just helped me get like the website of my dreams, basically. I have been needing this makeover for a while, so I feel like my website looks super clean, much more up to date to me and my brand. Of course, they have other stuff like the commerce tool that I use to run my shop, and I also have been able to connect my Square card reader for when I sell in person. So if you're interested in Squarespace, you go to squarespace.com for a free trial, and you can use my code for 10% off your first purchase.